Hello, everybody. We're just going to give it a second to let people join, so that you get the full benefit of all of the amazing content and tips and advice that are going to be shared today. So bear with us just a second, and we'll do a proper hello and get going. Okay, that's as patient as I can be, I'm afraid. Hello everybody. Delighted for you to be able to join us today for this lunchtime learning session with Bina and Cheryl from Meta. This is part of a new programme of work that we're doing at the Chartered Institute with us leading Giving Tuesday campaign for this year, which is reaching out to some of the real kind of experts and practitioners and helpful people that will be really informative for you as you're thinking about Giving Tuesday, as you're thinking about your future fundraising, and contributing to these free sessions for you to get a good sense of what the opportunities are out there and ideas and thoughts about how you can integrate that into your fundraising or your Giving Tuesday campaigns for this year and beyond. In a second, I'm going to hand over to Bina and Cheryl, who are really going to take the show away today. Couple of housekeeping bits from me is we've got quite a packed agenda and I've seen the slides, there's lots of good content that's going to be shared with you. So I think we're probably going to run up to time, and I'm not sure we'll be able to have time for questions, but there are lots of links and places that you can go to that Cheryl and Bina will share for any follow-up questions that you might have afterwards. There is live transcript on if you'd like to be able to follow that. And the session is being recorded and will be available on the Giving Tuesday website afterwards for you to be able to watch or to share with colleagues. And we will be sharing the link for that recording in the newsletter that we send out next Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is getting closer. It's the 29th of November. So it's getting more and more exciting as we get closer to it. If you haven't yet signed up on the Giving Tuesday website, do go and have a look, and then you'll be the first to be able to get tips, guidance, resources, help, suggestions, everything there to really help support your Giving Tuesday campaigns and your wider fundraising campaigns as well. That's enough for me, actually. Sorry, I should have said hello and who I am. My name's Daniel. I'm Director of Policy and Comms at the Chartered Institute of Fundraising. And without further ado, I think I will now pass over to Bina to take it away with the presentation that we're going to hear. And between Bina and Cheryl, we're going to hear lots of great content about how you can make the use of Meta in your fundraising. Over to you, Bina.
Thank you so much, Dan, and hi everyone, welcome. I am so excited to be here. As Dan mentioned, I will be chatting through fundraising solutions on Facebook and Instagram on the organic side. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now, and I have a presentation that I'll be walking through. Okay, hopefully you can all see that. So my name is Bina Patel. I am a strategic partner manager at Meta, and my segment for this lunchtime learning session is all around organic fundraising on Facebook and Instagram. So how your nonprofit organization can raise funds across these two platforms. So very quickly, here is just an overview of the contents for my portion of this session. I'll start off with a bit of an introduction to Meta social impact and how to actually get started with using the fundraising tools. I'll then move on to fundraising tools across Facebook, and then I'll talk through fundraising tools across Instagram. I'll wrap things up in terms of fundraising best practices, which applies across both platforms, and then I'll hand over to my colleague Cheryl. So Meta social impact. So you might remember, but the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge was a a huge phenomenon on the internet, and it inspired us to build fundraising tools to help support the causes most important to organizations. Today, through Facebook and Instagram, people can fundraise for nonprofits. In fact, over 85 million fundraisers and donors have supported organizations and causes they care about across the platform. We have now over 500 million people following a nonprofit page on Facebook, and our fundraising tools enables you to leverage a global community essentially to help drive impact for your cause. Facebook and Instagram do not charge fees for processing donations to nonprofits as well. So here is a very quick overview of all of the different tools that I'll be chatting through. As I mentioned, I'll start with fundraising on Facebook to begin with. Before we get started on the actual tools, just a very quick note that in order to use these tools, you do need to sign up to access them. If you have a nonprofit page, you can sign up to use Facebook and Instagram fundraising tools on facebook.com/donate/sign up. By signing up to collect donations directly on Facebook and Instagram, nonprofits can use a suite of fundraising tools, which I'll be chatting through, see detailed analytics on donations, and allow people to easily fundraise for your organization in their own posts. When submitting an application, you'll need to provide the date of birth and address of the charity's CEO or executive director, a VAT number or a charity registration number where applicable, a charity registration document issued or approved by a government entity, and a bank account registered with a licensed financial services institution. So as I mentioned, we'll begin with Facebook fundraising tools. So to start with, Facebook nonprofit page fundraiser. Whether your goal is to respond to a current event, raise money for a specific project, or generally support a cause, your supporters can donate to your fundraiser directly on Facebook with a few simple clicks. We then have the Facebook supporter fundraiser. Now, after your organization has signed up for Facebook and Instagram fundraising, people can easily raise money for your nonprofit on Facebook. Supporters can set up a dedicated fundraiser at any time, such as a birthday fundraiser to celebrate a birthday, to mark a moment, or to tell others about your cause to amplify the impact. A best practice here is to engage with fundraiser leaders and participants by liking and commenting directly on their fundraising page and sharing the fundraisers that they initiate. Since supporter fundraisers are created by people on behalf of a nonprofit, these are just a couple of quick tips for how your organization can contribute to their success. Call out or share high impact supporter fundraisers on your own page. Celebrate the money raised, but also educate your followers that they too can create a fundraiser to support your cause. Thank supporters and let them know by the impact of the money raised and how it will have an impact on your cause. Page admins can directly thank fundraiser leaders and supporters with the thank you tool on the platform. And promote supporter fundraisers with unique URLs. This is usually facebook.com/fund/your page name. And you can use this across your Facebook posts, marketing, on your website, and other channels. This unique URL directs to the Facebook fundraiser creation flow for your organization, so your supporters can quickly and easily set up a fundraiser. Facebook page with donate button. The donate button is a quick way for people to give funds to your organization without leaving Facebook. This lives on the top of your profile and it is a very quick and easy call to action for your supporters. And Facebook post with donate button. So you can share content like posts on Facebook, and again, you can have a quick and easy call to action via a donate button, which you can attach to your posts. Again, it's a very seamless way for your supporters to click through and donate money to you directly on the platform. And then Facebook Live. So Facebook Live is an easy, powerful way to connect with and reach supporters through live video. You can use creative tools like filters, themes, and effects to make it even more fun and engaging. And once finished, your Facebook Live video will publish in its entirety to your Facebook page, allowing your followers to later discover the video. A couple of points around eligibility and requirements. The broadcaster of the live video must be an admin of your Facebook page. The broadcaster must have the latest version of the Facebook or Pages Manager app in order to go live. And public figures may also leverage API partners to produce a live video on Facebook via Telescope, Grabio, or Wirecast. So we'll start with Facebook Live with Donate button. So the Donate button on Facebook Live enables your viewers to donate directly from the video as they watch live or after you've posted the video to your page. When you go live, a Donate button will be visible at the bottom of your video, and people will be able to see how much money has been raised. And then we have Facebook Live with a fundraiser. If you've created a fundraiser from your page, you or a public figure, brand, or individual supporter can drive donations to that same fundraiser through Live. They'll need to connect a live video to an existing nonprofit fundraiser, which can extend its reach. And while open, the fundraiser total will appear in the live video. A couple of best practices for Facebook Live with a donate button or a fundraiser. Before going live, make sure you have a strong internet connection. If possible, use a tripod and microphone to ensure good quality audio and video. Create content that tells your organization's story and inspires others to care about your cause. Reveal behind-the-scenes experiences to encourage viewers to stay tuned. Tap into influencers and experts relevant to your cause. If your event will be longer than 8 hours, you'll need to split your broadcast into 2 or more parts, so just something to note. Share and schedule your live video. Ask your supporters to share your live video as well to gain momentum. Build up excitement for your video before it's released to increase awareness and potential viewers. And if you have a verified Facebook page, activate a scheduled live to notify your audiences on the Facebook app about your upcoming live video so viewers can subscribe to launch updates. And finally, just beware of using commercial music since your live video may be removed for copyright infringement. So a couple more best practices for during your live. So interact with your supporters. Encourage your audience to contribute, comment, or share your live video. Involve viewers by thanking them by name where possible. Go live for a while. So the longer you're live, the higher the potential engagement and opportunity for donations. A live video can last up to 8 hours. Keep the momentum going. Announce to your supporters when you've reached a funding goal and encourage matching opportunities. Acknowledge any errors and respond to your audience, as mistakes may happen when live. If you need to share an update about an error, pin the update as a comment. And then finally, highlight the location of the donate button. This might be a new experience for the viewer, and it's important to explicitly highlight where they can donate during the live video. Maximize online and offline activations. If you are broadcasting on Facebook at an online event, encourage your supporters to join in person and bring their friends. Present a strong call to action. Give people a milestone to work towards to help rally the crowd behind a common monetary goal. And then after your live, report on impact. Continue to engage with your supporters online to maintain the excitement generated from your fundraising event. Report and celebrate the impact that their donations have had on advancing your charity's mission. Say thanks. Thank your supporters who viewed your live video and donated. And spread the word. Share your live on other channels and talk about any next steps. So here are some live content ideas just to consider as you think about leveraging live for your fundraising. If you have an open page fundraiser, consider going live and linking to it. Show people behind the scenes of your organization so they can see the impact of your programs in real time. Get a staff member to report on the progress of your work and field questions. Host a Q&A with an expert relevant to your cause. Amplify the reach of an in-person event by broadcasting the event live to your page followers. Ask supporters to add a donate button or fundraiser to their live videos to raise money for your charity through their broadcasts. Ask celebrities or influential people in your community to go live on your behalf to help you reach new audiences. Hopefully that was helpful to sort of walk through all of the different fundraising tools available across Facebook. We'll now move on to Instagram. Fundraising on Instagram. Instagram allows eligible charities and their supporters to raise money directly on Instagram. Donations made through Instagram are processed and reported by Facebook Payments. In order to be eligible to fundraise on Instagram, you'll need to sign up for Facebook and Instagram fundraising tools, which we chatted through earlier. And you'll need to link your Instagram and Facebook profiles and convert your Instagram profile to a business profile. So on Instagram, you can switch your nonprofit's profile to a business profile. And after switching, you'll gain access to business features and Instagram insights. These tools can help you better understand who is engaging with your business on Instagram. So to start with, Instagram support button on profile as the first tool on Instagram we'll cover. This new button experience on nonprofit profiles allows people to see their nonprofit support opportunities in one easy to find place, enabling nonprofits to direct supporters to a singular call to action button. Once the support button is clicked, people will see the option to create a fundraiser or to make a donation. Then we have Instagram nonprofit fundraisers. Instagram nonprofit fundraisers are a more permanent way for supporters to give to your nonprofit cause. Fundraisers can be attached to video, carousel, and image posts in feed, and these fundraisers will be visible in the post and will be active for 30 days, which can be extended at any time. Finally, a link to that active fundraiser will also be added to your profile bio. Instagram donation sticker in stories. Adding a donation sticker to an Instagram story is an engaging way for your supporters to help you raise funds and increase your nonprofit's visibility. Stories allow supporters to create 24-hour fundraisers on Instagram or for a longer period if added to highlights. Your followers can also add a donation sticker in stories to support your nonprofit. Instagram live donations. So as we mentioned earlier, live video is a powerful tool and one of the most popular ways to engage with supporters. Its immediacy helps nonprofits engage with their community in a meaningful way and discover what's important to them. During a live stream, supporters can add a donate button to their live video to capture donations for your cause. And the donate button allows viewers to show their monetary support for your nonprofit during broadcasts instantly. Instagram group fundraisers. Group fundraisers allow nonprofits and other co-organizers to manage, host, or collaborate on a joint fundraiser. With Instagram group fundraisers, you can raise money together. The more people join the fundraiser, the more likely you will meet your fundraising goal. And it helps you increase the fundraiser's visibility. This fundraiser is added to all co-organizers' profiles, making it accessible to people beyond your reach. And then Instagram fundraiser in Reels. A couple of pieces around Reels. Promote, educate, and inspire. Reels let you create and promote short, entertaining videos that are up to 60 seconds in length. Reels include multi-clip videos with audio, text overlays, effects, and more. Reach. By participating in Reels fundraiser or having supporters raise money on your behalf, nonprofits can rally the community as well as reach beyond to new audiences that want to lend their support and fundraise. If you created a fundraiser using Reels, the fundraiser will also be automatically added to your profile bio and can be shared across any future Reels, posts, lives, or stories on Instagram. Nonprofits and supporters can also attach a pre-existing fundraiser to any Reel. A couple of top tips to make your Reel successful. Something that's uniquely you. Create a consistent format and theme that people can recognize as yours. relatable. Make people feel emotions and see themselves in your content by focusing on topics that are relatable. Easy to recreate. Think about virality. The more accessible your reels are, the more likely they are to turn into trends. And keep it simple. Reels don't need to be high production. Less is more. Now, I've spoken through fundraising on Facebook and some of the tools available there, as well as fundraising on Instagram and the tools there. I'll now just wrap things up by chatting through some best practices. So during your campaign, like and comment on donations, encourage sharing, schedule a live video, and thank your supporters. If you reach your goal, increase it, and give updates and highlight milestones, as well as encouraging supporter fundraisers so your community can get involved in other ways. And after your campaign ends, celebrate your achievements with your community. Again, say thank you. Celebrate the funds that have been raised and talk about how the funds will be used. Finally, share an update on the impact the funds have had on your cause. Thank you. I hope that was helpful. And once again, really excited to have been here for this learning session. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague, Cheryl.
Please bear with me, just going to get my screen up for sharing. Perfect. Can Bina and Dan, can you see my screen? Is that all working?
Yep, all good.
Perfect. So hello, everyone. My name is Cheryl Hayden, and I work at Meta. Really what I'm doing to complement all the amazing organic best practice in fundraising that Bina has shared with you is provide you some tips and some areas to consider if you are thinking about using some of our Meta advertising solutions. My deck is covered in sort of two sections. One is just some things that you might need to do before even thinking about the advertising campaign per se, or as you're in the very early stages. And then the second section is more to do with general ads considerations and things that you might keep top of mind as you plan your campaign. So let's get started in terms of preparing for giving season, Giving Tuesday, and obviously the broader season as well. Before you embark on your campaign, there are a number of checklist items that we would recommend that you consider as you get prepared. Number one, we'd recommend would be to get authorized to run ads about social issues if you plan to do so. Next, you will need to have the appropriate data sources to collect the relevant signals and measure results to set your organization up for success, including how you can maximize performance across Meta technologies. You might want to consider implementing the Meta Pixel and or Conversions API. Third, as I mentioned, it's important to set your campaign for success by mapping out your advertising considerations, including things like what objective you want to use, your timeline, KPIs, who you want to target, and more. Lastly, you may want to consider developing and designing your creative following our creative considerations. We're going to go through a lot, so this is really just a very quick overview. As we mentioned, we will be sharing some broader resources where you can learn more about all of these topics. So let's get started. To start, it's very important to understand our policies for ads about social issues, elections, or politics, which may be relevant for your up-and-coming ads campaigns. We strive to give organizations like yours a platform to help you own your voice and engage on issues that you and your audience care most about. This way, you can build your community, whether you're promoting social causes to inspire your followers or launching an initiative to drive change. We know you want a safe way to scale real-world outcomes, and we're committed to offering tools and solutions to help you do just that. And we have a responsibility to make our platform safe and secure so people can express their unique voice, be heard, and exchange divulging ideas and information. We have learned that certain types of speech have the most meaningful impact on public opinion. This includes ads that discuss, debate, advocate for or against important topics under our ads about social issues, elections, or politics policy. We still fundamentally believe in freedom of expression for people and advertisers, but also recognize the need to set guidelines for advertising that may influence people, actions, and outcomes. Inspired by our core belief, and in order to build an effective policy, we needed to begin by categorizing which ads are required to meet a higher standard. We recognize that our universal policy may impact how you manage and operate your advertising, but we believe it's the balanced and fair thing to do. Ads about social issues, elections, or politics are about social issues, including content with discussion, debate, or advocacy for or against an issue, made by, on behalf of, or about a candidate for public office, political figure, political party, or advocates for the outcome of an election to public office, or about any election, referendum, or ballot initiative, including get out the vote or election information campaigns, or regulated as political advertising. If you're running ads about social issues, you will need to complete the authorization process, confirm your identity and location if applicable, and place a paid for by disclaimers on your ads. These ads are then entered into a public searchable ads library for 7 years. Globally, advertisers are required to go through our authorization process and submit disclaimers before they can place ads about social issues, elections, or politics on Facebook or Instagram. The disclaimer will appear at the top of any ads you run and include information on the entity that paid for the ad. Now, we wanted to make this, and we spoke about this preparation and getting prepared, but remember to complete this authorization process as early as possible, because it can take around 2 weeks to complete. Next, let's speak about setting up the appropriate data sources. We're going to cover 2 topics here. The first is going to be about the metapixel. Now, you might be going, what is the metapixel? The pixel is a piece of code for your website that lets you measure, optimize, and build audiences for your ad campaigns. It sends information about the actions people take on your website to Facebook. You can use the metapixel to make sure your ads are shown to the right people, find donors and supporters who have visited a specific page or taken a desired action on your organization's website. 2, reach those people most likely to donate. So set up automatic bidding to reach people who are more likely to take an action you care about, like making a purchase from your campaign store or making a donation to your campaign. And 3, measure the results of your ads. Better understand the impact of your ads by measuring what happens when people see them. Now, next topic, Conversions API. Paired with the Pixel, Conversion API helps enable full funnel visibility. When we talk about full funnel visibility, we're talking about your ability to paint a more complete picture of your supporters and donors. Solutions like the Conversions API support privacy controls on Facebook while mitigating some of the impact of data access changes. They enable you to continue to drive the outcomes you want and measure success by using information you control while helping to protect your donors and supporters' data. When you use Conversions API along with other meta technologies like the metapixel, you can gain additional insight into the people who interact with your organization and maximize the effectiveness of your website visitor data. You can use the Conversions API to measure supporters' actions in more ways. This gives you further visibility into your supporters' full journey, potentially help improve accuracy of information sent for targeting, measurement, and optimization when used in addition to the metapixel. Control the data you share. Conversions API is designed to give you more control over what data you share and when you share it. Last in this preparation checklist is creative. Preparing, planning, and designing your creative ahead of time is crucial to having a successful campaign. For this topic, I'm going to share a few creative considerations you might want to consider in your development process. 1, be upfront with the problem. Make a clear case for the problem you are trying to solve. The why is the hook to get people into the conversation. 2, show there is a solution and make it specific and tangible. People need to believe there is a feasible way to make an impact, or they may scroll by. 3, ease into action by introducing a clear and immediate call to action. 4, the cause is the hero. Allow the cause to shine. That is the reason why people will get involved. And then 5, we'll talk a little bit more about this, but potentially consider sharing the mic if relevant. Now, that's very, very, very high level. I think what's only good is to maybe go into that in a little bit more depth, just to give it a little bit more flavor as to what we mean by these creative considerations. So 1, be upfront with the problem. Make a clear case for the problem you are trying to solve. As I mentioned, the why is the hook to get people into the conversation. We recently conducted an analysis of 60 social cause ads and found that 50% of ads with a high click-through rate were framed around the problem to be solved. This was compared to 20% of low click-through ads not framed around the problem. Now, what we've done is we've got a fictional example here. Global Good is not a brand. It's a fictional one just to help sort of demonstrate some of these principles. And as you can see from that example, it really highlights the problem right away that our oceans are drowning in plastic in this particular example, just to help demonstrate that point. 2 is showing there is a solution and making it specific and tangible. People need to believe there is a way to make an impact, or they might scroll by. You can develop eye-catching creative, like our Global Good example shown here, to drive attention to your cause or organization. The 3rd is around ease into action by introducing a clear and immediate call to action, such as donate now. This will offer your community an easy way to act on and off the platform. In the same analysis I mentioned, which was of 60 social cause ads, more than 80% of ads with a high click-through rate featured a call to action, compared to only 20% of low click-through rates without a call to action. The 4th step is having the cause be the hero in the creative. This means allowing the cause to shine in your creative, since your cause is the reason why people will get involved. And a final consideration that you might want to think through, or might be part of your campaign, is whether or not you want to share the mic. You can give the mic to the person who has a credible or an authentic voice in your space, and use your power to amplify your cause. For example, we see here the Global Good example that we've mentioned, giving the mic to 2 advocates, amplifying their message and amplifying the cause. Now, that is a whistle-stop, very quick summary of some of the things that before you get started and as you get prepared, you might want to consider. What we're going to go into next is ads considerations. So this is more around the actual plan detail and things that you might want to consider as you think about fundraising particularly. So I'm going to walk through a number of areas to consider as it relates to fundraising and using meta ad technologies, all the way from objective, measurement, budget, to bidding, ad formats, and as we've mentioned, we've just covered the creative section in terms of some of those principles. First is campaign recommendations. First in our campaign recommendations is objective. This is really important. What is your key focus of your activity and what do you want to deliver? And so one of the most important steps is creating an ad campaign, is deciding what actually is that objective, that real world objective that translates to your meta buying interface, meaning what you want people to do when they see your ads. For campaigns focused on fundraising, you might want to leverage the conversions objective. The reason I'm saying that is the conversions objective is designed to drive valuable actions such as donations. This objective, though, does require the MetaPixel or Conversions API, obviously both of which we covered at the beginning of the session. Next in our recipe card is measurement. It's important to note that effective marketing is built on understanding what drives results, and that understanding depends on the right measurement strategy. Now, A/B testing enables you to change variables, such as ad creative, audience, or placement, to determine what strategy performs best and improves and can be improved for future campaigns. So what I mean by this, sounding very hypothetical, but for example, you might have an hypothesis that a custom audience-based strategy will outperform maybe an interest-based audience strategy for your nonprofit. An A/B test lets you quickly compare both strategies to see which one performs best. Note, A/B testing does not measure the incremental impact of your campaign. We recommend using A/B testing when you're trying to measure changes to your advertising tactics and strategy, or when you want to quickly compare two different strategies like the example I mentioned. You should use A/B testing to learn new strategies rather than testing informally, such as turning on and off ad sets or campaigns manually. And the reason being is this can lead to inefficient delivery and unreliable results. For example, A/B testing helps ensure your audiences will be evenly split and statistically comparable, while informal testing can lead to overlapping audiences. If this is of interest of you, if you want to look at the A/B testing that you might want to consider in the pre-time period before your activity, you can create an A/B test in Ads Manager, and we'll share some more resources where you can learn more about this. Next in the recipe card is budget. When thinking about budget, we recommend you consider leveraging campaign budget optimization. This means you will set up the budget at the campaign level rather than the ad set level. This allows the system to distribute your budget across ad sets so that you get the best results for your campaign. Now, this is also a very good time to remind you that if you are considering doing advertising in relation to your broader activities, that you might want to check that your payment methods are set up correctly in Business Manager. Okay, so now you have your objectives in place, you have measurement, you have your budget strategies. Really, really core is thinking about your audience. Choosing an audience is an important part of your campaign planning. This is how you're going to reach the people that you care about with your message. Outside of broad targeting, some additional things that you might want to consider is 1, custom audiences. Now, custom audiences enables you to connect with people who have expressed a level of interest in your organization. For example, someone who has opted into your newsletter, volunteered at an event, or made a donation. To access this, you will need the MetaPixel to be set up. Another example, and it's something you can learn more about, is an engagement custom audience, where, for instance, you can target individuals who have maybe viewed a video on Facebook or Instagram. Another tactic or another area to consider in your targeting strategy is lookalike audiences. These are people on across the meta technologies who share similar characteristics like interests, ages, or demographics to your current supporters or beneficiaries. And so definitely one to consider. Next up is placements. We suggest advertisers or nonprofit organizations, like yourselves, opt into as many placements as you feel comfortable with. You might also want to consider automatic placement. When you choose automatic placement for your ads, it allows our delivery system to try to make the most of your budget and to try and increase your ads exposure. Automatic placement allows your ad to be seen on all placements available for your settings on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, and Messenger. Including more placement often helps you find a wider audience because our audience targeting works the same across all available placements. The more places your ad is displayed, the more chances your target audience has to see it. Bidding. For bidding, it's really important, as with all of the considerations that we've just talked to really also understand your own learnings that you have and to build in and to review the things that I've shared here as part of your consideration process. One of those considerations might be to consider leveraging lowest cost bid for your bid strategy. When you use lowest cost bid strategy, we'll aim to get the most results possible from your budget. Lowest cost bid strategy is best if you care about spending your full budget or want to get the most results possible from your budget or don't have a strict cost per action or CPA requirements. Keep in mind that the lowest cost bid strategy doesn't strictly control the CPA. We'll aim to give you the lowest cost results available, but your CPA may fluctuate. Now, let's talk, we spoke about the creative considerations, but let's talk a little bit more about ad formats that you can leverage for your campaign. You may want to consider leveraging image, video, carousel, or a mix of those assets to deliver your story. Images, we recommend using images of your organizations or cause-driven images that support your mission. Video, you can add movements to your ads to make them more eye-catching in the newsfeed, for instance. Carousel, you can show a case up to 10 images or video in a single ad, each with its own link. Now, this whole section around ad formats there is so much more that you can learn. And so to learn more, you can go to www.facebook.com/business/ads-guide. That's www.facebook.com/business/ads-guide. This guide provides design specifications, technical requirements across each format and placement. You'll find information on dimensions, file sizes, characteristics, as well as links to best practices and more. This is really to help you build that creative that is mobile first and thumb stopping. Now that was a lot. So to summarize in terms of my particular section, as you're thinking about getting ready for the activity in the lead up to Giving Tuesday, but also the general giving season, we recommend for you to get authorized to run ads about social issues if you plan to do so. Next, you review your appropriate data sources to collect the relevant signals and measure results. To set up your organization for success, including how you maximize performance across meta technologies. And so you may want to implement the Metapixel, and you may want to consider, in addition to that, the Conversions API. Third, it's important to set your campaign up for success by mapping out these advertising considerations. You saw everything that we went through there, from budget, bidding, placement, targeting. There's a lot of areas to work through to ensure that you achieve the outcomes for your activity that you're looking to do. And then lastly, you may consider developing and designing your creative following some of those creative considerations that we shared. Now that really was a ton. And throughout this, we have spoken about resources that you can access. And so the first one I just want to talk about is our social impact website. To learn more about both the topics, both from the organic fundraising tools that we shared, but also some of our advertising considerations, please visit our social impact. So that's social impact, one word, .facebook.com. That's socialimpact.facebook.com in terms of being able to learn more about these. And the website has a ton more information that will be of use. Next, we want to share is nonprofits can access Meta Support Pros for any help around answering product questions and resolve operational or technical issues. To access this support, and bear with me, this is the last hyperlink or the last reference that I will share here in terms of resources, is go to socialimpact.facebook.com/ads/help-desk. I know I'm going a bit faster, so let me do that again. socialimpact.facebook.com/ads/help-desk. With all of that said, on behalf of Bina and myself, we really just wanted to say a massive thank you for your time today.
Amazing.
And I hope I've stopped sharing.
You have, and thank you so much, Bina and Cheryl. I said at the beginning there was going to be a lot of content, and you definitely didn't disappoint there. There was a huge amount of stuff for people to think about, to follow up with, to think about all of the different opportunities that there are of getting involved in whole range of fundraising activity through the different tools, and I think people will have used their lunchtime extremely wisely if they've been on here and got some great ideas and tips about how they can take their fundraising forward, whether that's, let's say, for Giving Tuesday, for their own campaigns, for their end of year campaigns, or for the future. I had said at the beginning that this session has been recorded and it will be available on the Giving Tuesday website, and we will be sharing it through our email lists and social channels from next Tuesday, so do check it out. If you want to pass it on to colleagues to share more of the learning to them, please do. And have a look at the rest of the Giving Tuesday website for other resources and guidance and tips for what you could do for Giving Tuesday this year. I look forward to seeing some fantastic campaigns, some great fundraising, some inspirational activity, and lots of giving in the following couple of months. So just on my behalf, I just really want to say thank you to Bina and Cheryl for joining us, for putting in so much work in your plans, your preparations, some hugely informative slides and content that you've shared today, which is going to be really useful for people to be able to take forward. Thank you for joining us and giving your time to do that. To everybody else, I hope you had a really useful session today, and good luck for all of the fundraising and work that you'll be doing in the future. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.